hard at work.
They've been just picking up, concrete and rebar.
Crews in Astoria are taking apart this pier, trying to get to an oil tank underneath. Samuel McDaniel came out to watch.
I'm really just interested in seeing how they handle the situation, how they clean it up.
Clean up an oil spill that was reported 11 days ago near the Cannery Pier Hotel and Spa. Initially, the oil spread about 5 miles. Now it's mainly contained to the pier. 11 days later, though, and there's still lots of work to be done.
It's just been kind of slow process. Now it looks like they're actually doing something about it.
We wanted to make sure divers were safe, and that's why the crane was important, so we could remove that concrete, remove the wood, so we can get to that tank.
Over the weekend, the crane and other equipment were brought in to get to the tank officials believe is responsible for the spill. They say the tank is left over from when a seafood cannery operated here in the early to mid-1900s. And it's big. It could hold up to 10,000 gallons, but more likely is holding 2,000 or so gallons. But there are other concerns too.
But as we get into the pier, there's always that possibility that there may be more tanks that we are unaware of.
Crews have collected about 1,500 gallons of oily water and debris so far, and that's worrisome to people who live in Astoria. James Neva works at a seafood shop nearby. He says business seems to have slowed.
I think a lot of it's just concern of the water, and so people have been a little worrisome.
What this will mean for the environment, also a big question for McDaniel, who is studying environmental science.
I'm mostly just concerned about the biodiversity, the birds.
The Coast Guard says they've had experts weigh in and have received no reports of wildlife being affected. The Coast Guard also tells me there's no specific timeline, but it could take weeks to clean up this entire spill. The Coast Guard says there are a lot of factors that could come into play that could delay the process further, including the tides and the weather. Back to you.
Big job there. All right. Thank you, Christine.